Good news for the people of Haiti, guys. It's a blessing to be able to share this kind of news. Welcome to tonight's live. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel. How many of you guys are waiting on the day that you are able to travel into Haiti? I know that many of you guys want to come into Haiti, and you may not be from the north of Haiti because the north of Haiti is the only part of Haiti currently accepting international flights. But tonight, I have good news to share with you guys. And yes, I did verify the news to make sure that what I am sharing is factual news and not just because someone called and shared it with me, but yes, it is true. International flights are now accepted directly from Florida to Les Cayes, which is the south of Haiti. So thank you guys so much. I also give you guys an update from my last live. Thank you guys so much to each and everyone who reached out and checked on me. Most of the time when I speak about a subject here, it is to inspire. Maybe I'm holding back and someone is going through something similar or may have went through something similar. So I'm thankful to have inspired a few of you guys to reach out to me. And I thank each and every one of you guys who did reach out to me. Shout out to Peterson, Bourbon, Haiti Paperi, et saluer tout moun mwen yo ki ap entre dans live là. Jodia, nou gen bon nouvel. Combien nan nou ki soti nan sud Haiti ou pas vraiment vle entre pour passer dans route nord parce que li vin nou pile traje et à rapport de situation pays aujourd'hui li vin fait que en pile fois ou ka entrer dans nord et puis famille ou pas ka alwe. So aujourd'hui on a partagé bonne nouvelle et c'est pas nouvelle qui a bouche mais c'est nouvelle que ou même tout ou capable vérifier. So si ou sorti dans sud gagner un gens et une chance que ou capable entrer dans pays ou capable visiter et ou sorti directement Florida pour entrer directement dans site là ou pas besoin pour camper et pour passer on nous dit pour passer Cap Haïtien et puis pour aller dans hôtel et puis pour aller prendre un l'autre avion parce que ou ka prend avion directement. You can take the flight directly into Les Cayes. Thank you guys. Thank you all too for tuning in. Don't forget to kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Sous plaisiment says hi Marie, bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir avec ou même tout, ma sœur, bonsoir. Misty Red says me. Italian Stallion, I am here. How's it going? Thank you so much, Italian Stallion, for tuning in. So it is good news, but one of the things I will share about the news that personally I'm not too fond of, but I'm learning in Haiti, especially with the current situation, we have to celebrate the small things instead of looking for the big grand things all of the time. So today, being able to come into Les Cayes to visit the South of Haiti, for the people of Haiti, if you are Haitian, that is a big win for us. I know that a lot of you guys, you want to come in, and you have a lot of people like myself that want you guys coming in, that want to see family members, that want to see friends traveling in and out of Haiti. So it is really good news for us. But what I want to share is if you do plan on coming into Haiti, the South of Haiti, please plan it early. Why? I took out the time to do some research, which this is probably the norm, but I know that a lot of the times, my peoples, you may not plan as well, and you just up and say, hey, next week I want to be in Haiti. Know that even you who are Haitian, who wants to come back into Haiti today, it is not the easiest task, and it could be a financial strain on you. Therefore, please, if you're coming into Haiti, if you're planning on coming into Haiti, please plan it out so that you can get the best prices and not feel too strained, because what's not so good, in my opinion, is the prices. And it is only one plane that is coming into Les Cayes, and that is Sunrise. So if you are one who traveled through Spirit or American Airline, they are not offering the service going from Florida to Les Cayes at this time. Only Sunrise is offering that service. So if you're planning on coming, if you do not want to travel through Sunrise, you would probably be waiting, but I encourage you guys to come and take that trip. For people who have yet to visit Haiti, I think it is an opportunity. The South of Haiti is somewhere that is not promoted enough. Not enough eyes get to see the South of Haiti, and people associate the whole Haiti with simply what's happening in the Port-au-Prince area. And we all know that Port-au-Prince is not all of Haiti. I was under the impression when I first came into Haiti thinking Port-au-Prince is all there is to Haiti. That is until I started moving around. I started traveling and getting to know Haiti. The South of Haiti is one, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful areas of Haiti. There's different areas for you to visit. And there's a lot of historical places too that you can go and visit. There's a lot of beautiful white sandy beaches on the South of Haiti for you to visit. I love the South. But let's go with the prices as far as planning. So I got on the site to see exactly what these prices are looking like if you are wanting to come into Haiti right now. So if you're planning on traveling, I shared this already, please plan ahead. When I tried to purchase a ticket from Florida to Les Cayes from September 1st to, let's say, September 15th, just to depart, the price of the ticket price was $903. And your return flight, which is, round trip, the return is $407. So let me know, you guys, what do you all think about these prices as far as for someone who wants to come into Haiti? Hold on a second. Let me drop the link. Join me live. I'm going to drop the link. It's a question and answer. If you have a question, guys, you'd like to stop by and share your thoughts. Because to go to the Dominican Republic, you're looking at round trip ticket at about $400. And there's not much of a difference. I believe, in my opinion, that the minute you pass up Haiti to get to the Dominican Republic. Therefore, in my opinion, coming into Haiti should be a lot cheaper. But we're seeing for a round trip from September 1st to the 15th, if you just abruptly purchasing these tickets, and believe me, people are missing Haiti because this plane is already filled to the max. People are buying these tickets, and that is something about our people. And I think that our resiliency is also something that is used against us. They know that Haitian people miss Haiti. They know that Haitian people are going to pay almost whatever price to come and spend some time here with their family, or just to get away, to get a peace of mind away from their life abroad. So if you wanting to travel, please guys, just to save a few $100, plan it ahead of time. When I attempted to purchase a ticket for October 1st, from October 1st, guys, to let's say October 15th, the ticket price was $515. $515 to depart, and to come back was $580. Not much of a difference, because it still, hold on a second, guys. I didn't plug up my laptop. Just realized my laptop is about to die on me. Not much of a difference, but it is somewhat of a difference, because you get to somewhat save a few $100. So if you're coming into Haiti, and maybe if you're planning on coming in December or something, and you already purchased your tickets around this time, it will make your ticket price a lot cheaper. Some people may find the tickets cheaper, so I'm not gonna say that that is the exact ticket prices, because as we were searching, we also found tickets for $5 something. Therefore, just shop around. And if you've been missing Haiti, if you have been planning on coming to visit Haiti, I think now more than ever is the time li lè pou nou vin visiter. Si nou ap vin visiter, fè si ke nou planifiye bien, et nou achete ticket nou bonheur. Pour nous pas courir acheter même semaine que ou vle pour entrer en Haïti, acheter bonheur pour ka joindre prix qui pi bon ou déjà réservé, et ça qui bon kounya ou capable entrer directement sorti Florida, et gain un stop. There is one stop in the flight, but you are going to come directly to Les Cayes. M'tande gen un stop là-dedans, mais ou ap prale directement Les Cayes. So moun Okay, moun Port-Salut, moun Port-à-Piment, moun Jérémie, moun ou mè di même moun Tigouave, vous comprenez, tout moun qui nan route sid sa yo qui vle entrer, vin visiter, oui, moi ouais, c'est une belle opportunité, une belle chance, et qui pour aider l'économie en tout dans le sud là, parce que si c'est un côté qui pas de problème, c'est un côté malgré autant de tout problème que Port-au-Prince a traversé dans le sud là, c'est presque même genre avec Noah, pas gagné tout problème ça yo, mais c'est pas ça midi a montré, c'est pas ça que yo promoté, yo simplement focus sur tout ça qui a passé là Port-au-Prince, et yo vle pour nous simplement fixer toute pensée nous sur ça qui a passé Port-au-Prince. So for my English speaking people, the South of Haiti is also a place that is not ravaged by the violence, by the gang activities, and all of the chaos that you see in the media about Haiti. The South of Haiti is pretty much laid back, just like the north of Haiti, and it is also beautiful. This is what the media is not showing people about Haiti. Their main focus about Haiti is just secluding the whole Haiti to simply what's happening here in Port-au-Prince. So I encourage you guys, if you ever wanted to visit Haiti, visit the South of Haiti. I absolutely love the South of Haiti, and I hope ticket prices domestically will go down so that I will get a chance to visit the South of Haiti again. I hear that they're doing a lot of cleanup. I got a chance to speak to my guide person when we are in Les Cayes, who takes us around. Shout out to Hughes. And Hughes was telling me how they have this project where they are cleaning up the South of Haiti, and it's looking really nice out there. They were just celebrating Fête Gelée, which is a small town there, and Gelée have some of the best fish, my opinion. Straight from the water, guys, onto your plate. And the people there, they know how to cook. The food is really, really good. I want to say, pi bon prason boucané que moi manger dans tout côté que moi aller en Haiti. And I've had some of my best time in the South of Haiti. Therefore, I'm really excited. I'm happy about the fact that people are able to travel directly into the South of Haiti. It is a great opportunity for the people of the South. So you guys are from the South. Let's not look at the price, but let's look at the development your presence will bring. I believe it will bring opportunities for many of you guys to even open businesses and just start small projects there as things get back in order in the Port-au-Prince area. Thank you guys too for tuning in. Don't forget, guys, to please share the live. And tonight is also question and answer. If you have any questions about Haiti, about flights to Haiti, do not be shy. Feel free to ask. I am Eve Soufra, says, hi, Marie. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well, one day at a time. From the last time I was live, I was not in the best place. But you guys know I don't stay in that place forever. I'm the type, I just want to express myself. I want to get it off. I wasn't necessarily mad. I was more hurt. And up until today, guys, it is something that I'm still working through. And am I still hurt about it? Yes, I am still hurt about it. But I know that there are things that happen in our life. And I'm saying that to, share it and inspire someone else. There are things that happen in our life that have happened, that is happening, that will happen, that we will never be able to answer. We won't have an answer for it. We won't be able to understand why it happened. We just have to brace ourselves that whatever happens to us, that our attitude, keeps us afloat. It's not half of what happens to you in life, it's your attitude towards it. And I am learning to adjust my attitude. I cannot make people act or behave a certain way. And there are things, even though we love people in our lives, we still cannot change the way people do things, the way they move. And that goes for our parents too. Why I enjoy sharing this type of stuff, or why I took the courage to share it, is because I know that a lot of the Caribbean community, even Africa, we're pretty much alike. There is a secrecy within our community. I know a lot of people who have endured painful situations, who's been molested, who have been raped, who's been abused, who's been neglected. And these are things that happen to us that form our understanding, our characteristics, and the way we deal with people, the way that we are. I ask myself, and I reflect, and I just sometimes I want to know, why, Marie, why am I the way that I am? What is it? And many Haitian people, because we've had to shove things under the rug, because it's something about our community. You find people that will enable people that they know are doing wrong. And I just feel like social media grants us the ability to say, hey, I now can express myself. I can inspire someone. I can share my thoughts. And I'm not wrong for feeling how I feel, or I shouldn't feel ashamed. And that's the word. You know, a lot of people blame themselves. And for years, I did blame myself. For years, I always said maybe it's because I wasn't pretty enough as a child. Maybe I didn't do this enough. But whatever it is that happens to you, know that it had nothing to do with you. Therefore, I'm just moving in my present, happy that I am able to know the difference from right from wrong, and moving forward, not upset, just respecting and leaving people where they are at. That way I can move forward with my own peace of mind. I thank you guys though for the likes, for sharing it, and for even being moved to reach out and check on me too. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. And some of you guys sharing, you know, similar stories in which you've been through. And I think many more people need to build the courage to share their story, to inspire others, because when we think we're the only ones going through something, it may not be. Maybe you're helping someone that's going through something that's similar. So I'm doing good, Eve. Thank you so much. Please share the live, guys, and let me know your thoughts on the prices of the ticket prices coming into Haiti directly from Florida to Les Cayes, to the south of Haiti. Thank you. Thank you. Bob Daw says, hello, Marie. Hello, Bob Daw. How are you? Willing 55 say, hello, Miss Marie. Hello, how's it going? I shared the link, guys. If you all want to stop by and share your thoughts with me tonight, you can do so, guys. The prices are overinflated. And it's not just ticket prices that are overinflated in Haiti. I want to say the price of everything is overinflated. Honestly, guys, it's not good for a country to be in transition as far as its government. So for me, I'm learning a lot too, because when I first came into Haiti, I would just hear the news. And of course, it was a shock for me because that's not anything that I'm used to or really was exposed to. So I would hear the different opinions, and then with my channel, people started sharing different, knowledge with me. When we did have a government, I'm not saying that it was good or bad or indifferent. Things was a lot more less expensive. And the hike from 2000, what is it, 21 up until today, 225, it is ridiculous. And I know that many of you guys are saying, Marie, prices of things are going up all over the world. It is not just a Haiti thing. And I understand that, right? Prices are going up in the United States, other places as well, because the United States is having its own problems. But the thing is, in Haiti, absolutely nothing has changed. And it seemed like everything have just went back. Everything is taking a step back, and prices keep going up, keep going up. Who gets hurt the most when things are going the way it is in Haiti? The diaspora community, because majority of you guys are the ones who's working hard in the States, who help those back home in the United States, especially when a lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people who were working at companies or even, working with someone. These people, they left. If they could, they packed up and they left because they either felt unsafe, they could not keep up, or companies were, moving around. So it is you guys that, pay for that. So price of things is really, really outrageous in Haiti. My hope is that things get better and that we get a sitting government that can look out for the people and have mercy on us that's living here in Haiti, and realize that the price of everything is entirely too expensive. And for someone to try to balance it out, was Lynn Danielle, come on, yeah. C'est Danielle, come on, yeah. Hi, how are you? Mwen souhaite tout bagay en forme. Charles for you one says hello. Danny saying thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. So guys, if you are planning on coming to the South of Haiti, please book your tickets early so that your prices is not as expensive, even though it seemed like even if you book early, you will still be paying around $1,000 at a minimum. But hey, that is something, because right now, that Port-au-Prince is out of commission. Maybe you have an emergency. Maybe you have family members who are sick. There are various reasons why it could be very imperative for you to come into Haiti and visit family. Maybe there's a funeral. Maybe there's a wedding. There could be various reasons why you need to come in, and this grant you an opportunity to come in. As you guys know, with Life in Haiti, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I want to warn some of my peoples that are probably from Port-au-Prince and are planning on probably sliding from the South of Haiti into Port-au-Prince. Now, the show is just my opinion. And, I try to give advice from what I'm seeing on the ground. If you come into the South of Haiti, please try to stay where you are at and have family members and friends come to visit you. Do not be hard-headed, or do not allow people to give you the advice to say, cross over, get on the road, and come over to Port-au-Prince. That's just my opinion, and that's for various reasons, right? And I'm sharing this in good light because I don't want you guys to think that, oh no, it's not about that, because everywhere in the world there are, let's say in Chicago, if you live there are places in Chicago that you may not want to go into, right? And that's the same thing that's happening here with Haiti. So we're not going to hide the reality of some areas of what's really happening here. I want you guys to enjoy your time here and, have a good time and go back home to your family safely. Or maybe some of you guys come in with your family. You come in one piece, you leave back in one piece. You are in South of Haiti, stay there, guys. The road from the north of Haiti the road from the south to Port-au-Prince, it is still not an open road. Now, that's my opinion, and I'm sharing my honest opinion with my audience. If you trust me, if you follow me, please take my advice on that. Do not let anyone talk you into leaving from the south and coming into Port-au-Prince. It can turn out to be problematic for you. Maybe, yes, you cross over and everything turns out good. But what happens when you may have to return and you cannot return because there is problems on the road and there's no flights leaving out of Port-au-Prince? You are already traveling into Haiti on an expensive flight, and the flight could even be more expensive because now you're having to cancel that flight, miss your flight, and incur charges for missing the flight because it had nothing to do with them but all to do with you. Safety should be a priority. There are areas in Haiti, guys, that are not areas that you should travel into. At any time, it's unpredictable. It could be the police versus civilians. It could be civilians versus the police. And you do not want to be caught in the crossfire. And I've seen it where when things like that start taking place, people are spreading out. You have your suitcases with you and you're from wherever you're coming in from. You're not really familiar with how things go in Haiti. You don't know the roads. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have to be spread it out, where you have to be scrambling for your life. You just want to be able to have a good time, enjoy your time, and go back in one piece, guys. So that's my advice. For those who are asking, who ask, are there flights coming into Port-au-Prince at this time? No, there is not any flights coming into Port-au-Prince. Hopefully, this coming year, things will slow down because my hope is that things will not stay like this forever and flights will resume coming back into Port-au-Prince and you guys would have a good time. And as I share that, I think that if you are coming in through the airport in Port-au-Prince, you'd be a lot more safer. Now, I know you're thinking, Marie, what are you saying? But please know that in my opinion, because just crossing certain areas is what's problematic, but the actual airport in Port-au-Prince is not where the actual problem lies, or there is the direct problem that I'm explaining to you. It's small cities that you may have to cross from the south into Port-au-Prince, and you just do not want to come into that kind of headache. Genio says too much headache to travel into Haiti. Not really. That's because, and Genio, thank you for the comment. That's because too many of us listen to what the media have to say simply about Haiti. And when we're stuck on what the media is saying about Haiti, of course, it will make you dislike Haiti as a Haitian or as someone who wants to visit, because the media will not share anything that's going to draw you to Haiti. They're not going to share. And a lot of what's happening here in Haiti, we know that it is not simply Haitian people's fault. So yes, is there problems and headaches in Haiti? For me to sit here and say no, there isn't, we know that that would be very misleading. But do not put it in your mind just coming into Haiti is all problematic. I don't think it's simply just a Haiti thing. I'll give you guys an example. I've had it where people come into Haiti and have a pretty good experience coming into Haiti. Well, you have some people, they will pick, let's say, DR over Haiti. And I don't want you guys thinking I have anything against DR. This is just an example of between Haiti and DR, traveling somewhere else for vacation to avoid the headache of Haiti. The minute you get to DR, you pretty much have some of the same problems. It's not just a Haiti thing. Sometimes we think that it's just the Haiti problem, but no, it's not just a Haiti problem, because I've seen it where people go right next door, and right next door, they've had issues that they themselves would tell you they did not experience in Haiti. Therefore, you know, if you are familiar with Haiti, you have family members in Haiti, and you have to come and visit Haiti, you know that there will be things you have to deal with anyways coming into Haiti. Ou deja kon jan peyi ou ye, e ou konen, lo entre en Haiti, se avek Haitien wap dil, so tout bagay yo pa 100%. You already know when you coming into your country, you're dealing with Haitian people. Therefore, you're going to get Haitian result to an extent, right? Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget, guys, to please share the live. Please share the live. Thank you all for tuning in. Please share. And if you've yet to hit the like button, please hit the like button. And let me know where you tuned in from to tonight. Let me know. Mr. Jackson says, hello, Marie and Life in Haiti family. As always, I pray that everyone in the chat is doing well. Thank you. I hope you are too, Mr. Jackson. And thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And thank you for your continuous love and support of Life in Haiti. Thank you so much. So before I go, guys, we're going to talk about sponsorship and the support that we are in need of for the center. I know that some of you guys may be feeling some type of way when I speak about the center, but guys, that is something I cannot cease on speaking about. Keep in mind the center, everything about Life in Haiti, all the good work we've been able to do, we have been able to do that through you all support who support Life in Haiti. And that's been since day one. We do not have any other places. It's been from the viewers, our viewership. Today I received a phone call from one of my viewers, and I just want to tell him, shout out to you, and thank you for sharing your thoughts, and thank you most of all for being an avid supporter of Life in Haiti. I have a few of my peoples in the background who are doing a fundraiser for the center. As you guys know, we need funds for the work to be able to get done. It cannot be done without funds. We cannot have people working, guys, and not paying them. We don't want to open the door and not feed those kids. We need daily operational fees, guys, and we have to be able to have the finances. We are looking into other areas for us to be able to sustain the center. But for now, the center is sustained by you guys who are dedicated viewers of Life in Haiti. Well, my brother was sharing with me, he noticed there is a change in fundraiser. He couldn't understand if whether it was because of the current situation which is happening in the United States, or what exactly it is. And he shared with me how he was somewhat discouraged because when he reached out to family and friends to, do some fundraising, and he just did not get any reply. No, it is not because he was asking for support about Life in Haiti directly, but just asking for the support. He noticed that, there was about it. Now I know that there is the problems, guys, all over the world. But I want to ask you guys to not forget, no donation is too small to the center. I have over 30,000 people. If I can get at least 15,000 to give $1 to the center, that will give us a chance to be able to have at least half the year or more funding for the center to operate. People always are quick to talk about the problems, all of the issues which is happening all over the world. But guys, let's know that. Let's do our part. Right here, I've been transparent. You guys know I am not hard to get in touch with. Whenever you guys donate, I do my best. The staff, we do our best to do our job clean, to share with you guys where exactly your funds go. Please, guys, please share the work that we do, the work that I do here in Haiti with family, with friends. Encourage people. Share the GoFundMe link. We also have Zelle. We have PayPal, guys, that you can donate to the center. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Any donations made to us is tax deductible to the extent of the law. I know that at the beginning, you all were, some people were constantly getting on me about legalizing the organization. And you guys know we are new. Therefore, we had to go step by steps to get some things done. And we finally did get it done. And I refuse to give up on the center. God did not bring me this far, bring us this far, bring the kids this far for us to let go right now. Therefore, guys, you all who are supporters of Life in Haiti, I mean, those who love the work that we do with the kids in Haiti, share it with family and friends. Don't forget, guys, I know that you may not be helping a family member. I know that I'm asking you to support strangers, but know that your blessings come from up above. I will never be able to repay many of you guys who have been avid supporters of Life in Haiti, but I hope that God will continue to bless you, that He will continue to cover you and your family for the things that you have been in support of and for the blessing you've been. Share it, guys. Share the center. You can make any donation, guys. If it's $1 that you have, please do not be shy. All donations is a blessing to us. It goes towards a good place. There are several people on the account. Therefore, know that your funds, guys, will never be misused, and it will go towards exactly what it is intended to. Hello, Mr. Stallion. How are you? Thank you for joining me.
Check it in, see what's going on.
Thank you for checking in. Are you able to hear me?
It's not as good as I can hear you, but usually it's a lot louder, but that's okay. I don't know what the...
that on my end too. I turned up the volume. Maybe you need to turn up your volume.
I did.
Turn it up a little bit more.
No, I got it at the max.
Do you? And you still can't hear?
I can hear you, but it's like faint. Let me try to go back out and I'll come back in. How about that?
All right. Pan-Americanism says, I can't wait for Les Cayes Airport to open internationally. Yes, guys, Les Cayes Airport is open internationally. And that is what I'm sharing with you guys today. It is open internationally. That is better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot better.
Awesome. Les Cayes Airport is open internationally. You are able to travel from Florida, well, I'm pretty sure anywhere in the United States directly into Les Cayes. Mr. Jackson says, well, Marie, if Haiti can use the revenue, why would they drop salt on Haiti? I'll answer that in a minute, but Mr. Stallion, please share some of your thoughts. Thank you for joining me tonight. What do you think about those ticket prices?
I've seen a couple of YouTube channels talking about it. Yeah, it's more of just exploitation by the airlines and or the government for what they charge. It just I don't know how to describe it. I mean, yeah, I took flights. Ghana's the only example I can use that's quasi Haiti, even though it's different. The flights within the country, like when I go from Accra to Talmy, because that's the farthest north that the airline will go where I want to go to. And it's only like a 45-minute flight. I mean, it's nothing. And they're charging like $150, $160 one way. Wow. So, so if you multiply that, what's over 300? And over there, what they do is on their baggage, they weigh the bags. You don't get any free carry-ons for nothing. I mean, anything that you carry with you, like an overhead, you got to weigh it, you got to pay. Any suitcase, you got to weigh it and you got to pay. So that doesn't include the luggage. There is no such thing as first class. I mean, these planes are the smaller planes, and the seats are all the same size going all the way through. So, I see that as a little bit, as an American, I can pay. It's not a problem. But to a local, that's a lot of money. That's one way.
But this is let me ask you, how much do you pay from where you at to Ghana, and how long is that flight?
Well, it depends what airline. Last time I took United, and I think I think it was like, I want to say 13 hours. Basically what I have to do is fly from my city to Washington, D.C., and then that flight leaves at night. All the flights that go to Ghana leave at night because it's the overnight flight, and then you'll get there in the morning or early afternoon, depending on the time change and everything else. But normally, the flight leaves at 11 to go over, and then you'll get there, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 10 o'clock. But over there, it's a 4-hour. Right now, it's a 4-hour difference from Eastern Standard Time over there. So if we're 7 o'clock here, it's whatever it is, it'd be 12 o'clock there. 7:19 here, so it would be 11:19. So, and then
about $1,019.
No, I think if you just take the basic,
that's the time. About how much are the ticket price?
Now, last time I went, I didn't go first class, but it was right behind first class, which had the bigger seats. The first class, basically, they have places you could stretch out and lay and sleep like little beds. I was right behind that. And I think when I went over there last time, I think we paid $2,400 round trip. But if you go coach, if you go way in the back, that's going to drop maybe to 15. So it just depends. And it depends on that's a straight flight too. Now, if you're willing to fly through Europe, some of those flights are cheaper. They're longer to get there, but you might fly into Brussels or Germany or, Berlin or UK and London. There's flights that go there, Netherlands, and then go down south to Ghana. It does take forever. You can get those a little bit cheaper if you want to sit on a plane forever. 20-something hours. So,
wow. Well, Haiti is minutes away from the United States, and the price is, it's almost the same thing, you could say, because on a plane, you traveling 13 hours to get to Ghana and paying $2,400. And just to get right here to Haiti, it is that expensive. One of the excuses that the airline companies are using is the fact that the gang activities, but these parts of Haiti do not have an issue. Is there somewhere, how can that be grieved the prices of these tickets for Haitian people? Is it something that we can grieve? People can grieve?
No, just like anything else, they have, it's a private company, so they can charge whatever they want.
Wow.
They're just taking advantage, just like anything else with any other business. We can look here in the United States and look at food prices, and all the food prices keep on going up, and it's way more than inflation, whatever the stated inflation is. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, you look at some of these companies, they're making record profits. So, and energy costs, I mean, it takes energy to bring food to the market, gasoline. Gas and oil prices are low, but yet all the food is high. So, and these same companies are making record profits. So it's more, I think it's more gouging at this point. And they're just doing the same thing there. As long as they can get away with it and people are willing to pay it, then that it is what it is. So you just have to, pay the toll or you don't cross the bridge.
Wow. Mr. Jackson asks, well, Marie, if Haiti can use the revenue, why would they drop salt on Haiti? I don't get that question, but why would they drop salt on Haiti? Mr. Jackson, if you still tuned in, please elaborate more on that. Someone asked me what was my thoughts on the mercenaries in Haiti. And I don't know if you're watching, but what are your thoughts outside looking in on the mercenaries in Haiti today in the Port-au-Prince area?
It's just going to be it's just going to be a band-aid to they're only treating the symptoms, not the problem. And you've heard me say this on the lives before. And I'm going to use a comparison. I'm going to use what's going on there in the Middle East with Israel and Gaza. That movement with Hamas is a movement. The president or the premier or whoever is of of Israel, he thinks that he can go in, and if he kills everybody that is that's part of Hamas, that's going to make everything go away. It's a movement. So unless you deal with the underlying problem, it's just going to come back later. You just buy a little bit of time, but they're still going to have problems over there. Just as Haiti, you could go through and then take care, wipe out the gangs and do this and do that. But there was a reason why those gangs had formed to start with. There's an underlying problem with the politics and the different parties and the fractions. And that's what's came out of. What just recently, didn't they just arrest an ex-senator? I don't know if he was here in the States or here in Haiti or whatever else. He was, he was funneling money or doing whatever. So again, it's an underlying problem that needs to be addressed. Bringing in the guys down there to do this and do that, that's a band-aid. Again, it's a movement. Those guys are a movement, and unless those grievances are dealt with, whether it comes from what they're saying or what the people are within the country, to make some actual changes that actually are effective, and have a court system that actually functions, it's impartial, this is all going to come back again. It might be 5 years from now, it could be 10 years from now. It's just going to be an evolution. People are going to get frustrated, and you'll have the same issue later down the road, providing that these mercenaries can wipe out and take care of everything that is asked of them.
Do you think that they'll even come close to instilling a level of peace in Haiti? Do you think that they can, with the underlying issues and situations surrounding the job that they're doing?
I mean, if you bring enough of them down and bring enough weaponry, you could probably take out 80-90%. You put enough resources into it. But the question is there going to be enough resources? And I would say no. We've already seen an example of that with the Kenyans. They're underfunded, under manpower, everything. So, but even if you did have all the resources, again, it's just a band-aid. It's just a band-aid to a bigger problem that needs to be resolved there. And the only people who can resolve it are people within Haiti. Technical support and maybe a little bit of financial support here and there might be okay to come in, but the underlying issue has to be addressed. And nobody can do it other than Haitians themselves. It can't be the United States or France or anybody else. They might be good for investments, like we talked about, I think, last week on the live. We talked about investments, but they would have to structure it to keep the influence out. In other words, you open up a business, it's 51% has to be owned by a Haitian, 49% by the foreign interest. That helps minimize the politics. I got a call coming in. Cancel that. Okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you good.
Okay. All right. It's the same way, with ownership. If you have foreign interests owning, vast parts of land, they're going to control the narrative of the politics because money has influence and so forth and so on. So, it has to be, there has to be safeguards that are put in place, even if you did take care of all these gangs and all this stuff that was going on there. Like I said, I've watched some of the guys, on there talk about it. Some of the stuff that they're saying is true, and other Haitians share the same share beliefs. There has to be some transparency within the government, and it has to be some sort of reform constitution with some safeguards, and it has to be independent courts. So if you're wrong, you're wrong. We're gonna throw you in prison regardless of party affiliation. And of course, we got to keep the money out. We got to keep the, I call it sewer money, out of Haiti from foreign interest. And what I gave you an example is part of it. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be a foolproof way, but it's a start. It's better than what it is right now.
Mr. Charles says, are the Kenyan troops still there? Yes, they are still in Haiti. And I remember how hot they came into Haiti. And I think a lot of people were fooled by that they were, by now, there would be a level of peace, especially in certain areas that's been going through a hard time. And honestly, not much has changed. And even with their presence in Haiti, a lot of people still suffer. A lot of people still are suffering. In my opinion, just as you mentioned, the issue is a Haitian problem. It's a problem where the Haitian people have to stop whatever they're doing in the background, get a conscience that is not helping the people, nor is it helping the country. Having all of these people come in, taking away all of this resource, because millions was paid in aid to the Kenyan soldiers. But look at the result that we've gotten on the ground. If Haitians would have put their heads together, could we have gotten a better result from our own people instead of foreigners? Lydia Garcia, Haitians can never fix Haiti, according to the African scholar Frank Zanou. Do you believe that Haitians can't fix Haiti?
Well, they're going to have to. I mean, there really is another option. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it's either that, or, and I say this to my Ghanaian friends all the time because I see how screwed up Ghana is. It's either that, or you're going to have the colonists come in, and this being the French in this case, to come in and rule everything. I mean, it's going to have to be the way, minus the slavery and all that. It's going to have to be some sort of colonization, because that's, to me, that was when they were there. I mean, just like in Ghana and Nigeria and these other, I'm just use West Africa. When the colonists were there, they had railroads, they had functioning hospitals, their roads, everything. And I know this for a fact because I've been there and I've talked to elderly people in Ghana and asked them, it wasn't better when the colonists were here, that being the British, as opposed to today. And what the few that I did talk to that were alive when they were still there, they said yes. I mean, but you could see the infrastructure has deteriorated because everybody's, in their case over there, everybody's stealing.
Do you think that the oppressor, being that they lost their grip, they lost their position, is partly a cause of a lot of nation deteriorating upon their departure?
Well, yeah, because like I said, I'll use Ghana as an example. I think it was 1957. I think that's they didn't get their independence. Now they'll make you think that they did. They'll make you think that they fought and struggled and this and that. In reality, the colony, those countries were being given up. The colonists were handing over the keys to those nations because of after World War II, they were so in debt they couldn't maintain those colonies. So they literally were just handing the keys over and say, "Okay, it's yours now. You run your country. We're out of here." When that happened, yeah, they don't know. Obviously, even today, I mean, you see stuff that's so screwed up and everything over there, and I know that just from the land that I purchased, just trying to get the permits and everything and get it finalized. There's all kinds of shenanigans that's being played by the government. In the case the land commission, that's just as an example I've personally experienced. That wouldn't have happened in the United States, obviously, or a developed country, but I could say if the British were there, I wouldn't have had that same problem. Everybody's selfish and out for themselves, and they're thinking short term. They're thinking 5 minutes ahead in their life. Short term thinking, and mistrust. Obviously, you include that in there. So it's either the people themselves within that country, whether it's Ghana or Haiti, have to work it out themselves, or the alternative is let the colonists come back, let them run everything, and everybody will just have to be employees of the French or employees of the British over in Ghana, because whatever's going on, nobody's getting it along. Everybody's trying to manipulate and steal and scam and everything else. There's no law and order, so you have to have that in place, and that only comes from the people within the country. It isn't going to come from foreigners. Foreigners might be able to guide and be able to point out a few things, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the people within the country to have to get it together and govern themselves. I mean, if they're going to govern themselves effectively.
I don't think that I completely agree with what you shared, and I don't because I cannot. Today's Haitians, this generation stallion will not put up with some of what we read our ancestors endured. It will not be the same thing having the French coming back and literally physically taking over, because history left a terrible impression on us, and the mistreatment that Black people endured under the hands of our oppressors. I don't think it will be that simple. And I see where you probably coming from, because you're saying things are not working out. But do you think that a lot of what's happening in these countries is maybe it's the lack of knowledge, maybe it's the time that the oppressors spent oppressing us? Do you think that's the foundation that was laid for nations like Haiti?
I don't know. We got ignorance you can only use an excuse of that to a certain extent. Now we have social media out there. We have YouTube, we have Google in the last 15 years or so. If that's the case, then and the younger generation obviously looked at the history, let's just use Haiti, then they should be the ones to formulate, to be able to get along, to be able to form whatever they need to do there, to form a constitution or anything. That should be spearheaded by that younger generation. But what I see is obviously what you see on TV, at least in Port-au-Prince, those same individuals If you're saying that they would never put up with colonization, which is fine, but those same individuals are walking around with a gun, killing people within the street. So there has to be something there to where they would want to say, okay, if, the options are let the French come back in and let them run everything, or two, put down the guns, get back to business, what we need to do, and solve your differences in another manner. I mean, that's the only way I see it. Bringing in foreign forces is only a band-aid. It really is.
And they're asking to bring in more foreign aid. I just was reading an article that someone shared that they're planning on sending back Kenya and bringing in someone else because what they thought Kenyans can do, it did not get done.
So it could probably be done if they had enough, if they fulfilled their request. They might be able to put a little bit of damage in. But again, that's just a band-aid. Even if all that money that they was supposed to be allocated, and the Kenyans had whatever it was, 4,000 troops, and these other countries, contributed their amount, and they had the armor and all the resources, to do what the mission was. They might be able to put a little bit of dent into what's going on there, but again, that is just a band-aid, because what you might eliminate today is going to be another problem tomorrow with a different group of people. Yeah, so again, it's going to have to come within the people of the country. They're the only ones that can solve this problem. Like I said, we see stuff on the news about money being piped down there, and they're not. Those are Haitians. Those are other Haitians that are doing it. It isn't somebody like me sending money down. I have nothing to do. I have no dog in the fight. What goes on there? So it's people within the same community are funding this and keeping this charade going on for years and years and years now. So it has to come within. Foreigners can only be really an advisory group of people. At the end of the day, they can only advise. They can't come in there and with machine guns and helicopters and all that other stuff, because again, it's the same thing. The same thing that's going on over with Israel. You get rid of Hamas, or you think you are. It's just going to be a new generation is going to grow up with the same hatred in their hearts for Israel. Then there's underlying issues that need to be dealt with. With dealing with those group of people in the Middle East. So unless you deal with the underlying issue, it's all temporary.
Let me give a shout out to the $10 Zelle. Thank you, Wozleen. Thank you so much for the $10 Zelle during the live. Thank you so much for your continuous support and love of Life in Haiti. Thank you so much for the $10 Zelle. Thank you. Haitians, I don't believe that Haitians cannot fix Haiti. What I think it is the wrong type of Haitians who are in power, which they misrepresent the mass amount of people in Haiti. Do I believe that the problems in Haiti is a Haitian problem? Yes, it is. Can Haitian people fix the problem? Yes, they can. There are a lot of good Haitian people, Stallion, contrary to what they want the world to believe. But they are not in positions to be able to make the change. The people who are in position, they stand against that. But yes, very, very true. Haiti have a Haitian problem, and it is going to take us Haitian people to step up and fix the issues of Haiti. Waiting on others to come in to do it for us is, just as Stallion mentioned, it is a band-aid. And each time when these people are coming in, They have their own invested interests. Absolutely no one is willing to come in and risk their lives, risk their team life without something for them in it in return. It keeps taking more and more resources away from the country, which can be used for the country of Haiti towards the people of Haiti. We keep on depending on others to do the job. We're going to see for years, just as it's been for years. The U.S. occupied Haiti for years. Now it's Kenya. There's always something where we're depending on outside forces, and we've yet to get the result. I think now more than ever, it's time for us to try it ourselves. Put Haitian people who are trained, who are educated, and who are able and willing to do and represent certain positions. People think that Haiti is solely what we see in Haiti, or the people that are representing Haiti is no. I don't believe that. I am Haitian. I do my work with integrity. I do it with honesty, even though I am not in the political department. But I don't want to think that I'm the only one that's ready and willing to do the right thing for the country of Haiti and the people of Haiti. There are a lot of people, Haitian Americans, whose vision is to do something great in Haiti. They're just not able to get in the right position. But there are Haitian people that can and is willing to do the job and making a change in Haiti. Mr. Charles for you one says, mercenary says they are not there for the gangs. They are there for controlling the douane and collecting taxes. Well, I'm not going to argue that because we've been misled before. And I do have kind of my own trust issues. And a lot, I see this is a normal thing to mislead the mass of people in Haiti, to have people believe one thing and it's really something completely opposite. Therefore, hey, maybe you know something that people in Haiti don't know. But aren't we under the impression that they are coming in to install security within the country? Is that what you are under the impression they're coming into Haiti to do?
Probably a combination of both. That's what I think. But yeah,
But
again, okay, even if they're just there to secure certain assets within the country, what is that going to do? I mean, that doesn't even put a Band-Aid on. They're just securing certain assets for what? I mean, if you can't run commerce, in and out of the country, if you can't fly in the airport without being shot at, I mean, what's the point? So, yeah, I mean, you got to be able to. If you're securing assets, you got to be able to run commerce. And okay, well, in order to run commerce, that means you're going to have to deal with the underlying issue, which is with the gangs. Okay, so they're going to have to, if they're there to secure anything, that's just sitting there. They're just there, just sitting ducks. I mean, even though they have the armory and stuff, you still have to deal with the gangs regardless, whether you're trying to secure it or you're trying to create commerce so these outside interests can make money. So they're going to have to deal with them one way or the other. That's the underlying issue, at least to put the Band-Aid on.
Let me give a shout out to Charles for you one. Thank you again for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your continuous love and support of Life in Haiti. Thank you, Charles, for you one. Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And thank you for your continuous love and support of Life in Haiti. Thank you, guys. And shout out to everyone for tuning in. Manila Nelson, thank you so much for tuning in. Please share the live, guys. Don't forget to please share the live. things were better under Duvalier. I will say, in my opinion, whoever is going to be the leader has to be a tough woman or a tough man. Leading the people of Haiti is also not an easy job. It's that I'll be praying for whoever is in that position because it will not be an easy job. Don Red says it is the colonizers who make these government ungovernable once they give them a false sense of independence and then stick around to run interference by way of helping to create chaos, confusion, and so on. And corruption. Generation Love, thank you so much for tuning in. It will be more difficult if Haitians unite beneath the banner of Christ to focus on Hebrew Israelite bloodline responsibility. The average citizen must repent and desire reckoning more than work. I think if more people turn from their evil ways, that's automatic change for the Haitian people. A lot of what we're talking about today would no longer have its place. Turning away from being evil don't even have to be a religious decision. Doesn't need to be a religious move. Do you agree with that, Stallion?
Yeah.
Anybody can turn away from doing evil regardless of what you believe religiously.
Right. Well, I think, here in the West, I think there's always a stereotype saying if you're not a Christian, if you're, let's just say Muslim, and I encountered them again back in Ghana, as that's not as heavily as Muslim populated as the northern African countries. The farther you go north, the greater percentage of Muslims you have. But people would say in this part of the world that if you're a Muslim, you're somehow evil, and I know that's a false stereotype. So so the religion is only the tool. It's what's in your heart, no matter what you practice, whether it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, what's over in India. I'm losing my thought, but Hindu. It doesn't matter. It's what's in your heart to start with, how you're going to act, not what you advertise yourself as. We get too many people that do that today. They hold the Bible in one hand and they use a Playboy. They use a Playboy as a bookmarker, in their Bible. So it's very hypocritical.
We're not going to get into that, but that'll be another show. Claude Constant says, hello, I haven't been on the live in a long time. It's good to have you on tonight, Claude. Thank you for tuning in. Mr. Jackson says, Sister Marie, if what you are doing is not working, would it be better to go in a different direction? Sometimes the history is his story, the person who is writing it. And, I'm not sure exactly which way you're, talking about it, but I genuinely believe that what we are doing is working in Haiti. It's having the right resources for us to be able to do it the correct way, to give the service in a correct way to the Haitian people. But do I think that what we're doing is not what it should be? It never crosses my mind. It never crosses my mind. And I do believe that I am rewriting my story. It's Stallion. Would you like to share anything so I can let you go? I don't want to hold you forever. Did you want to share anything specific with the audience tonight?
No. I mean, I was just I'm heading out to have my drink, I guess. So.
All right. Well, enjoy yourself tonight.
But yeah, I just wanted to check in and chime in on what's going on and give my opinion. Which it's up to the individual to determine that. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Go out and enjoy yourself, and you have a blessed night. Go out and enjoy yourself. All right. All right, guys. And thank you all, too. If you would like to tune in, I did share the link. You can stop by. Hello, Manila. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. They do not want a stable Black nation on this planet, and particularly in the Western Hemisphere, unless they have control over it. A strong Black nation can tell them no. I agree with you, Dunred. That I agree. Plenty of outsiders involved in financing and creating the gangs. I think that's very true. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Autonomy social. Thank you. They want to be able to control Black governments. They want to be able to push corruptions and immorality into a nation and its culture. Example, LGBTQ&P. Thank you so much, Charles, for the $5 super chat. Generation Love say the issue is that Haitians are a part of the real bloodline of Israel. The true uniter is Hamashiach Christ. You won't succeed until you obey the path of true vision and power. Berets aren't enough. Please share the live, guys. Thank you for tuning in. The Black Caribbean will never be free until Sub-Saharan Africa breaks free. They will always control the masses of Black population until Africa shake off the yoke. Thank you again, Mr. Jackson, for always supporting the live. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson. Lydia says, who are the Haitian gangs fighting? Why are they destroying the schools, the hospitals, and killing innocent people? What's their final goals? At times, Lydia, I ask myself those same questions. What exactly is the end goal for the people, for the nation? We get a chance to hear a lot of their thoughts and opinions. What I think is most Haitians were birthed into a way, a lifestyle, a way of living, a way of believing, a way of doing things. And it doesn't mean because we were raised or taught a certain thing that it is the right thing. And in my opinion, most of these kids who carry guns, the environment was created for them to normalize violence. They didn't get access to education. They were birthed and shut into darkness, to where many of them, when you hear their story, they've been a victim themselves since the beginning. Now, that is not an excuse for you to go around and do wrong, but know that once people have been in darkness for so many years, it can take just as many years to remove them out of the darkness that they are in. And for them to realize that Haiti is their own country, and that once we destroy what little we have, we do not have a second country. We don't have an exchange country. Most countries are already, they have their nationals. They're taking care of their peoples. And once you destroy your lineage, what's left for you? And that starts with educating the youth, creating programs for them to be able to open their minds, allowing them to learn a different way. That even though your environment, you may not have access to all of your basic needs, but you could still, you don't have to allow yourself to be used to do the wrong thing. And that there is a lot of good stories coming from nothing unto something. C'est pour nous kembe tête nous. Que malgré ou lever dans un ghetto en Haïti, et en pile fois, c'est vrai, l'on levé de série de côté, et ou gen à maman et papa, c'était problème depuis commencement, ou gen pas à l'école, c'est un coup environ te créé pour un petit monde perdu tête yo. Même m'a dit pour jeunesse yo qui nan pays, li bon avec n'importe circonstance pour kembe tête ou. Pas oublier, les toute nation ap gade, yo ap gade nous et yo ouais c'est nous même qui ap détruit pays nous. Nous pas gen l'autre pays que ou bon, que ou pas bon, que n'importe rôle ou jouer en Haïti. Enfin chérie, Haïti c'est pays nous. C'est seul pays nous tout haïtiens gagnent que nous entendez que ou vivent en bas drapeau ça. C'est seul drapeau ça parce que c'est là sous la terre que nous-mêmes nous sommes citoyens. Et pour nous réfléchir tout, pour nous suspendre, craser, briser, celle tical tel que bon Dieu bail nous-mêmes qui haïtiens pour nous vivre là-dedans. On met tête nous ensemble pour nous vivre bien dans le pays et pour nous changer image que nous avons le monde de Haïti. Tammy Green, hello my friend, hello Miss Tammy, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. It's been a while. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to this channel, guys. The way is through Christ. It does matter. I agree with you because in my house, I will serve the Lord. But we also know how the world is, and a lot of people are not maybe at the same place that we are in. And, I say being a Christian doesn't make us God. Even as Christians, we have to learn to meet people where they're at and allow our light to guide people into change and not forcing them into change. I believe everyone who are supposed to be servant of God, God is going to put people in their path like us to talk to them about God, to talk to them about the goodness of God, to expose them to God. We don't have to force them. But regardless of what our religion is, I think that you can steer from being evil, right? An honorable wife in marriage can help chase away a Playboy magazine. It's a me, Haiti. Hello, Marie. Hello, come on, yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are planning on traveling into Haiti, visit the South of Haiti. We've been pushing about the North, telling you guys all about the good things about the North. Well, it is time for some of you guys who are just wanting to come in and visit Haiti, head to the South. Everything you've heard us talk about tonight, the South is not enduring that. It is in the central part of Haiti. Going to the South, guys, it's a different environment. The air is different. I remember when I first visited the South, I was the biggest groupie, guys. When I was pulling up in Mibale and seeing how beautiful Mibale is when you're approaching the ocean from far, I remember saying, stop in the middle of the street and me in the middle of the street filming. The air was just different, everything. And I think that is when I started loving where I came from. I started being proud to be a Haitian. I got away from Port-au-Prince of, where mass amount of people is, where you don't see the beauty of Haiti. When I was just approaching that beauty, I genuinely felt like I was approaching heaven, guys. And that is how beautiful these sites is when you coming into Haiti. I'm telling you guys, don't allow fear or what you hear about Haiti to cripple you from having that experience, because that is visiting and traveling that for a long time. I know some of my people was like, well, you need to visit the north. I always wanted to go to the South, and I'm one that is very sad about the situation, about the high ticket prices, because I want to go back to the South of Haiti. I want to go there, go visit, create content, take you guys with me. Therefore, pray for things to open up. Pray for us to get a break where us Haitians are able to enjoy Haiti and start being local tourists again with a peace of mind to an extent, so we can continue to share the country with the rest of the world. Until then, you have Haitian friends. You have that boy Lens. You have Abner. I don't know his whole name, but I follow different content creators who are in the South, and these content creators do such an awesome job at changing that narrative and showing Haiti, showing the beauty of Haiti, guys. So there are other creators that you can follow that will show you the beauty of the South, guys. So if you have not seen the South or don't know much about the South, please, guys, on my channel too, if you go back to my early days, and don't talk about me, guys, because when I first started YouTube, I was YouTubing with my phone, okay? I heard about YouTubers having the luxury, the big things, even up to today, guys. I'm still a simple YouTuber. I think I've gotten better with certain things, but then I had a LG something and the images were not really good. I think that's why I'd be like, damn, I need things to open up because I've learned more, and I want to go back and visit certain areas and film and be able to show you guys better footages, and the footages not be so shaky. Don't worry about that, guys. When you first start doing something, don't go in trying to be perfect. Allow yourself to make mistakes. That's how you grow. And I continue to grow. I learned so much from watching others, and God have blessed me to have a better camera where I can get better footages to share with you guys. And now I can't go. But hey, it won't last forever. Love you guys so much. Don't forget, no amount of support is too small, okay? So please, guys, support the center either via Zelle, PayPal, or GoFundMe, so that we will continue the work and for us to have a blessed second year, for us to be a staple in Haiti, guys. We're not gonna give up. We didn't start for us to not go far. Manella said, I love the earlier footages. Well, thank you. I know some of my people, believe me, some people give you criticism for you to do better, and some people do it to be mean. But I know, and this is a fact, guys. Someone reached out to me back then, I guess some people don't really take the time out to, like find out about the content creator they follow, learn a little bit about them. They were just probably just following me in the middle and didn't really get to know who this young lady is. But they wrote me and was like, Marie, I stopped following you literally because your footages are always shaky. You don't have a nice camera, and just really was reading me. And I was like, well, I thank you, and that's when I realized that it does matter how you hold your camera. So I needed to have a selfie stick and to stabilize my footages. And but the way it was conveyed to me, it was very mean. But then I didn't receive it that way, because regardless if they stop watching the channel for something as simple as that, they also taught me something. And moving forward, I started doing better. You see the footages now, I'm mindful of these things. And that's because basically I was rebuked. But look at you now. I've been watching you from day one. I know, Tammy. That's because I know you guys love me. Manila, it didn't matter because y'all saw my heart and not just the footages I was putting out or the content I was putting out. And that's why a lot of people miss out on good people, because at times we're busy looking for perfection on people and not seeing a person's heart, a person's motive. And we're so stuck on people's shortcoming, when people can learn and overcome shortcomings. Look at what people want to do more than their shortcomings, Nobody's perfect. I've never appeared here as if I was perfect. Matter of fact, I think from day one of the things I've always put forward was my imperfection. But I'm so glad, because my imperfection has made me who I am today. Therefore, you don't want to be perfect in life. You want to go through some things so that you can be your best. I love you guys. Take care. Like, share, subscribe. Be kind to yourself. Tell somebody you love them, and be the change that you want to see, whether in your community, in Haiti, wherever. Be the change that you want to see, guys. Take care until next time.